Welcome back to the Humble Healer podcast. And thank you for tuning in and supporting this channel. If you like the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell notification and the like button. And today I will be starting a new series. It's called the Partner Relationship Series. This is very important, but it's how our relationship with our significant others and what is an important part of our lives is someone that we want to spend a lot of time with. And for many of us, someone that we want to spend the rest of our lives with. So having a good relationship is a very important factor in determining our happiness. And an important part of my mission is to teach my audience to reach personal fulfillment. Having a great relationship with your partners can really improve the quality of life and um, happiness and your health. So there are tips out there that I have learned, and then I am happy to share with you today. I forgot to introduce myself, Dr. Quang Lei, board certified family physician, and my mission is to empower and motivate the community out there to invest in your health and happiness to reach personal and professional fulfillment. That's my goal and that's my mission. And that's is to provide that service for the community. So in order to have a good relationship with your partners, and in this series, I will focus more on heterosexual relationship. And I am trying to learn more about the same sex relationship in the future. Hopefully we'll be able to have episodes about those also. And most likely I will interview and research those who are in those relationships to teach us. So today we talk about men and women in heterosexual relationship. To improve anyone's relationship, it's important to understand the difference in how men and women approach their partner relationships. And men and women are not the same, as we all know. And when we are in relationships, we sometimes expect our partner to act exactly like we do. But of course, they don't. It can feel frustrating and confusing, as though our partners were from a different planet. And they derive a lot of this content, most of it from a famous book in the 90s by John Gray, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. And I thought it was a very good book. And I learned a lot from that. And how can a man and a woman alleviate tensions and build intimacies? And they need to learn to respect one another's differences. Men and women show love in different ways, and love thrives when we accept our differences. Have you ever heard women saying that men just never listen? I hear it on a daily basis here at home, and I'm trying every day to be a better listener, which is a difficult skill for most of us men, especially those with ADHD like myself. And why is that? When a woman feels overwhelmed, she gets relief from talking through her feelings. So she turned to her partner, hoping for an empathetic ear. But then a man mistakenly believes his job is to solve a woman's problem. And in return, he expects appreciation and love. And what happened is very different. The woman doesn't receive the support she was seeking, and the man ends up feeling rejected. How do you avoid this? As a man, you should just simply listen to your partner and give her your undivided attention. And that's all you can do. And that's a lot to a woman in need of expressing her feelings. It's just someone to listen to and to provide an empathetic ear. And active listening, which is a skill that not many people also possess, especially men. And I'm still trying myself, is to read the underlying intention in addition to listening to the words that the women say. Unlike women, upset men prefer to withdraw to their caves when they have a problem. That's probably why most men have man caves, I suppose. A consequence of this is that he may temporarily disengage from his relationship, but he doesn't want his partner to worry though. He just simply wants to be left alone. But a lot of time that can be misconstrued by the women, or they think that they're being ignored. And sometimes it can be difficult for women to respect this need. After all, Your natural instinct is to show somebody you love by offering ideas for improvement. But to men, this time unsolicited advice can trigger the man's latent or inherent insecurities. How do we reconcile these differences? Men and women can achieve harmony once they become accustomed to each other's methods of dealing with stress. In fact, when a man gets good at listening, he may even begin to emerge from his cave more often, eager to offer his partner extra support. And when a man feels needed by his partner, he's motivated to be the best that he can be. He's no longer selfish or self-focused. Instead, he acts out of true care, not for personal gain. On the other hand, a woman is motivated by care and validation. When she feels cherished by her partner, she has more love to give. Men and women empower one another when they understand how to talk effectively and how to motivate their partners. What happens if men and women fail to meet each other's needs? They can lose the motivation to work on their relationship. For men, this happens when they no longer feel trusted, and women can feel the same when they give support without receiving enough in return. Man may not give enough because he worries that his partner will disapprove. He fears rejection. In fact, he needs to listen to the woman and do small things that show how he cherishes her. This knowledge can help him overcome his fears. The woman, on the other hand, can practice being more forgiving. When she shows appreciation for things that her partner already does, he'll be encouraged to give more. For example, women tend to have higher standards when it comes to doing chores in the house. And if you want a man to help, sometimes you have to accept lower standard and to be able to live with that. If you expect perfection, then you're going to end up with a lot of disappointment, unhappiness. Learning to trust your partners or your male partners to do little things to help out, meaning expecting things not always the way you want them to be. Even sweeping the floor, doing the dishes, changing diapers, you'll find a lot of imperfections. If you learn to accept and expect those imperfections, then you'll be a lot less anxious and stressed and disappointed. Communication styles, men and women also can learn to understand each other's communication styles. For example, men can learn not to take hyperbolic expressions feeling so literally. A statement like, "we never go out," may sound like an accusation. A man may respond combatively to this, thinking that his partner is disappointed in him. In reality, of course, you just want to go out and do something fun together. My advice for my girls are never say the word never, never say the words always, because they're not true. Even in multiple choice tests, those are usually the one that you first eliminate from your choices. So don't say that. It's not true. It can hurt the other person's feeling. So just don't say it if you can help it. In addition, women can practice expressing appreciation for the ways in which their partners are fulfilling them. They also help to remember that it can be normal for a man to become silent and withdrawn. And this is not a sign that he no longer cares. Instead, he may simply be retreating into his cave, and he too can use 4 magic words: "I will be back." That will provide a lot of reassurance for the woman, and she will know and expect that once he retreats to his cave and has his own space, he will be back, reset, and be ready to engage again in a positive way. Also, something to be aware of is there's the difference in intimacy cycles between men and women. Conflict between men and women can be caused by something that occurs in cycle. They're different in natural reaction to intimacy. Men sometimes need to pull away from their relationship, and women may instinctively want to respond by getting closer. But by forcing intimacy, they may actually undermine this. It's very normal for women to feel low sometimes, and this cycle can be heavily influenced by their fluctuating hormonal levels that men do not have in biologically speaking. Men may think that this thing is a problem and rush to fix it, but problem solving is not what women need in those moments. Be aware of this cycle, and for a majority of the women, could be monthly, and acknowledge that the women's feeling go a long way with active listening. Men and women experience different intimacy cycles that affect their abilities to give and receive love. And these feelings of withdrawal for men and fluctuation for women can come about in this cycle. A man intimacy cycle is like a rubber band. It pulls away, snaps right back. And once men have fulfilled their desire for love and closeness, they need to feel independent returns in a relationship. A man can lose his sense of self by pulling away. He gets back in touch with himself and his personal boundaries. At this point in his intimacy cycle, men often seem withdrawn, unresponsive, and their partners may feel hurt and uncared for, but women shouldn't punish men for this. Instead, they support them by respecting their space. When a man feels a need to pull away, he can reassure the woman quite easily. He should just tell her that he needs to be alone for a bit, and that he will return. When he does, will be fully present. A woman intimacy cycle is different. It looks more like a wave. When a woman feels good about herself, she's very giving and really appreciates her partner. But a wave can stay up all the time, and when it hits its peak, it will inevitably come crashing down. For women, this is when they experience the phase of low self-esteem. They can feel empty, vulnerable, and in need of emotional support. A man may mistakenly assume that a woman's crashing wave is his fault, but he shouldn't take this personally or tell her how to solve her problem. Instead, the man can support her by just offering unconditional love, support, and empathy. Most importantly, women and men must not repress their intimacy cycle. If they do, men may suffer from guilt, grow passive, or become too reliant on their partners. Women, meanwhile, may end up suppressing all their feelings, negative as well as positive. So we'll stop there for this part 1 of the Partner Relationship Series. And in the next episode, we'll talk more about how the difference between men's and women's emotional needs and how we can approach to fulfilling these needs for each other to achieve resolution without creating any hard feelings. And also, I will also look forward to interview the female perspectives on what men in their lives or men overall can do better, or what they expect or want men to do to make a relationship stronger. And also interview the men on their part, on their perspective on what they feel like a woman can do to improve their relationship. And if possible, we'll bring them together and create a final episode on this series to improve understanding on both sides. And the goal is to have the audience as well as the participants learning about the differences and apply this to their own personal relationship and hopefully improve their understanding and quality of health of the happiness, or at least connect better to their partners. And thank you for tuning in again. And please subscribe to the channel if you find this information informative, and share with friends and family, and hit the like button and also the bell notification. Have a great day. Thank you.